This is Matt Coyne, host of The Cheap Seats. Thank you for listening to the following broadcast here on Public House Media.
Hi, this is Emily.
This is Lindsay.
And this is Elizabeth,
co-hosts of Beauties and Headcanons here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Once you are done with this episode, we hope you'll come check out our show, Beauties and Headcanons, where we talk nerdy to you about fandoms, fan fiction, and all pop culture for nerds that you can think of. A new show comes out every Friday.
Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Beauties and Headcanons. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey guys!
Coffee with Keith
and Katie on Public House Media.
And we are coming to you for the first time in a while.
Sponsored by the Good God Company.
I was gonna get there.
We should have practiced this. Okay, you do what you were doing. Go ahead.
Coming at you from the first time in quite a while, the comfort of our own living room.
Yay!
Chicago's North Side. And we are brought to you by not only Public House Media, but the Good God Company.
Yeah, that just didn't flow like it could have.
I'm sorry.
You messed it up. It's
All
over.
right, we're gonna end it. We're gonna restart. No, I'm just joking.
You just lost our viewer. One person was watching, and after you said that, they left. Wow.
Check out the Good God Company. David, thanks for joining us. As always, check out the Good God Company. They have great things on their website, ranging from t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, everything with inspirational, motivational, some spiritual messaging on there. So go check them out. They got some pretty good-looking stuff. Eventually...
Speaking of good-looking stuff, also check out the Public House Media Store.
Yeah.
You can buy coffee mugs. Coffee with Keith and Katie coffee mugs.
Coffee mugs. They
Say
got
that
them.
3 times fast.
So not only can you sit down with us every Monday and Thursday, you can sit down with us and
with your very own specialized mug.
So, there you go. All right. Well,
it's baseball season.
It's baseball season. We have our Cubs stuff on. Katie has her sweatshirt on there. I have Cubs hat.
You have last year's hat.
Last year's you got the World Series trophy on there. Special edition. You can see the gold right there. Anyways,
gold edition.
It says 2016 because they did not win it in 2017.
No.
But gets us to the point. It's baseball season. It's been around for about a week now, and the question is: does anybody care? Who cares? And how long will they care? Everybody cares when any new season starts. Everybody's excited about the NBA season. Hockey fans are always excited about the NHL season. A lot of times the NHL starts and nobody realizes it's just kind of the state of the NHL in America right now, I guess. But everybody is excited for the start of every new sports season. And everybody loves opening day. Is just the name of it, opening day. No other sport, no other first game in a sports season for the NHL, NFL or NBA is referred to as like opening day. It's the first weekend, but it's opening day and everybody's excited about opening day. But who really cares?
I care.
Moving, beyond opening day, you have a bunch of every stadium sells out opening day, and the next day, it's a Tuesday afternoon at 12:30, and 30% of the stadium is full. Seemingly at a lot of places.
We have a tour guide who has gone. I think this is her 35th consecutive year. Every year they sit the home opener in the bleachers.
Wow.
35.
Well,
35 years.
She didn't make it today.
She did not make it today.
Because?
What is he eating?
I don't know. We're doing a show. Katie's concerned about Mr. Fuzzy Face right now.
I'm concerned about what he's eating. Is he destroying something?
Hey, Mr. Fuzzy Face. Nah, he's got...
It's his rubber band.
It's his rubber band. He's
okay.
fine.
Everything's fine.
He's not going to kill himself within the next 15 minutes. Maybe 16. But, anyways.
Back to baseball.
He's fine. Why will your friend not be attending her 36th consecutive?
I think this was 35. They didn't make it today because the home opener was snowed out. Cubs were snowed out.
Snowed out. It snowed like...
It's not even here anymore.
It snowed like what? Nothing even accumulated.
No.
It snowed throughout the day, but nothing accumulated. And they had to cancel the baseball game because of it, because it's just baseball.
But, interesting, the White Sox played their game at home. Same city.
I don't know.
Apparently they had less snow there.
Maybe they were more equipped to handle the snowfall because they had already played a couple of games. This wasn't the first day for the White Sox, right? At home?
No.
No.
They've been home.
So maybe that's the case. But anyways, brings me to my point in baseball where I appreciate baseball for what it is. A lot of people like to compare baseball and, their attendance figures to the NFL and things like that. But I appreciate baseball for what it is. That being said, what it is could be a lot better. You could have played baseball today. You could have played baseball today. Come on.
It's not like they let the snow build up in the baseline.
Right. It's not like I was...
Bases, on the pitcher's mound. No,
I was
not.
I was not all that, consumed with the Cubs playing their first game at home today. Far from it. But you could have played baseball today. You could play half of the games that get rained out or snowed out. You could play. I really think.
Yeah.
It just keep playing, and that's the thing. And that's the thing with baseball. It's great for what it is, but I mean, baseball's got to do better. Which is why the question is, Al, thanks for joining us.
And Ben probably. Ben, you got to weigh in on this baseball discussion.
Baseball discussion. Who really cares about baseball? For 80% of the season, who really cares about baseball? People care about opening day.
Yep.
And then everybody seems to forget about it.
Except for the diehards.
Right. Because you still have NBA regular season is coming to an end. You still have the NBA playoffs. You have the NHL playoffs. And you have the NFL draft coming up. Once the NFL draft...
Is that still not done?
Still not done.
Every day there are mock drafts, and I really thought it had happened by now.
The NFL, it's a 12-month, season now. But you have the playoffs coming up in two other major sports, and you have the NFL draft coming up. Once the NFL draft happens, it's a done deal. It's all about the NFL then, after the draft, seemingly. And right when the Major League Baseball playoffs start, that's when things are really starting to get rolling in the NFL season, college football season, in late September, early October. You still have the fans really focusing on, all right, the Brewers have to win 3 out of 4 games against the Cardinals to still stay in contention or whatever, and that's interesting. But if you have Game 1 of that series falling on a Saturday afternoon when Wisconsin is playing Ohio State, what are you going to be watching? You're going to be watching Wisconsin versus Ohio State.
Well, it all depends on the fan.
True.
Too.
But
But America's
hard
pastime is not America's pastime.
No, it's hard. It's hard to be baseball.
It is.
Especially in the Midwest when it's cold out to start the season. And they don't play a game because there were flurries in the air. Come on. Give me a break. The Brewers got it right. They built the stadium with a retractable roof, so you never miss a game at home.
You are never doing that to Wrigley Field.
You can't do it to Wrigley Field. The same reasons. You can't do it to Wrigley Field. You can't do it to Lambeau Field. Same reasons, history and, mystique and everything like that. I get it. But it's tough being baseball.
It is. I think people pay attention during the All-Star break. Everyone likes the home run derby. I think it's fun.
Home run derby's fun.
That's what everyone wants to see, which is why MLB is juicing the balls. Which is unofficial. Officially, they say they did not do that, but we all know they did.
And the All-Star game no longer decides the who gets home field advantage in the World Series.
Heavens.
Thank God.
That was ridiculous.
After how many years you realize that no matter how hard we try, we just cannot make an All-Star game relevant. No sport can. It's an All-Star game.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Embrace it and move on. Anyways, I guess that's all we had to talk about.
Well,
it's hard being baseball.
I brought up juice balls. Let's talk about that for a second.
Just go.
So last season, more home runs were hit than ever before, almost. I think 2001 had a really high home run season. Oh, thank God. To what?
Thank God to what, Al?
To what, Al?
Explain yourself.
Explain. So everyone wants to see a home run. You go to a game, you want to see home runs hit. Hopefully, you want to be the person.
I bet you thank God that the Brewers have a roof on the stadium.
Because you guys went to the home opener.
Because you guys went to the home opener, and you could do that too.
You could.
Because they have a roof on the stadium.
Which is great, especially for fans like Ben and Elle who drive a long ways. What is it? Hour and a half, 2 hours for you guys to get to Miller?
For the Brewers, yeah. About an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's not that far, but it's not that close either.
Not to mention the fans that have flown across the country, like Pittsburgh, for the All-Star game. You like the All-Star game?
No, thank God that it no longer matters.
Oh, yes. Yes.
We read you.
Yeah.
We read you.
We got it. So more home runs. The juice balls apparently give a home run or a ball a hit 5 to 6 more feet. So, is it 5 to 6 more feet or 5 to 6 more yards? Either way, it's not a lot.
5 to 6 more yards gotta be 5 to 6 more. 5 to 6 more feet. 5 to 6 more yards is 15 feet.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's say it's yards.
I think it's feet.
Either way.
Can't be yards. 15 feet is too much.
Okay. Anyway, people are all up in arms about it, but it doesn't matter unless you make all the fields the same length. Every outfield is different. 30 teams, 30 baseball.
30 different stadiums, 30 different dimensions.
And it's incredible. Like, Astros, what's it called? Minute Maid?
Yeah.
Let's say Minute Maid?
Yeah, I think it's Minute Maid.
It was built after regulations were imposed saying that the foul line must be this long or more. Built after that was in place, and it's shorter than regulation. But it's okay, because it's baseball.
Yeah. I think it makes every stadium unique. I understand that, but I think that every single outfield dimension should be exactly the same in every field. And they say, well, that's a home run in this ballpark, but it wouldn't have been a home run in whatever ballpark. That's like saying, well, Adam Vinatieri can kick a 56-yard field goal in this stadium, from the 46-yard line, but he's going to have to kick it from the 56-yard line from anywhere else because, that's just not a field goal in any other state. He has to kick it for, it's unbelievable, I think, how baseball in in the general field of play, I understand that it's 90 feet from first, second, and third to home. I get that. But a ball being...
In the pitcher's mound.
Right, and the pitcher's mound. And a ball being either a catch or a home run based on what stadium you play in, I think is unbelievable. Yep. Every other sport, soccer, basketball, hockey, football,
it's all regulated.
All regulated. The dimensions are the same on the playing surface, but not baseball because it's baseball.
Yep.
So, kind of gets back to what I originally said. Baseball is fine for what it is.
I do like baseball.
And I like baseball.
This sounds
I
like
appreciate
we're just hating on baseball.
It's just a unique sport.
We do enjoy it.
But it's great for what it is. But it's got to
It would be like saying that would have been a catch for this receiver in the NFL. Exactly. Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson would have made this catch in Lambeau Field.
Right. It's like saying, well, Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback because he gets to throw at Lambeau Field where the end zone is 10 feet longer than it is in most football stadiums. That's why he has a number. They say that's why they should have an asterisk in front of every single player's name in Major League Baseball. A guy didn't hit quite as many home runs because the outfield is bigger. You know, I think in Yankee Stadium, the outfield is, 420 feet or something like that? It's incredibly, the outfield is incredibly long in some spots in Yankee Stadium. I think in Dodger Stadium, too. You know, so people say, well, Sammy Sosa hit so many home runs because he played at Wrigley. He played at Wrigley,
which was 400 feet.
It's hard for me. It gets hard at sometimes. I do enjoy baseball. I pay attention to the sport. I loved going to Brewer games when I was young. I love going to Cubs games now. It's just a unique situation, and it's hard to pay attention to it because it has to compete with so many other sports at inopportune times for baseball.
And it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, I think the Cubs are 5-4. Doesn't matter. Won't matter till after the All-Star break.
It really won't.
Everyone knows that.
Right. You start the season out 0-1. You just start the season out 0-5. And it's like, well, you don't want to, but you could. And you still have 157 games to make it up. So. Yeah, I mean, in the NFL, if you start the season out 0-1, you're automatically behind the 8 ball because 2 to 3 teams in your division are going to start out 1-0.
Yep.
It's hard. Anyway,
it's very interesting.
It is interesting.
It's fun to talk about.
It's great for what it is, but for what it is, it should probably be, a little better. Anyways.
You can say that about anything, though.
Yeah, you can.
But there are definitely ways to improve.
All right.
Football.
There's not a ton of structure to this one, but hey, we had some raw feelings about baseball, and we had to share them with you. Unfiltered. No script. You don't see a script anywhere around here. I don't see a script. That's what you get. Just pure, raw enthusiasm and emotion.
Yeah.
Fueled by coffee.
But we are going to talk more about baseball because the tour season is starting on Wednesday. I think I start back on Thursday.
Oh, this week?
This week.
Awesome.
And the dugouts have moved farther down the foul line. The nets have been extended. We have got the answer ready for when people complain about their sight lines being hampered by the extended net.
Well, Katie will have to share some stories about Cubs tours as the season progresses.
We have so much cool stuff going on.
Time has come for.
We're done talking about the exciting stuff now.
Tour season hasn't started yet. but you'll have some stories
Guess
for
what
us.
Thursday's show is?
Time for Katie. What's the time for?
Humiliate Katie!
NFL or NBA?
Humiliate Katie.
I give Katie the names of either an NFL or an NBA player, and she has to tell me whether or not they play in the NFL or the NBA. Player number 1, Rashaan Evans.
Rashaan is definitely a football name. NFL.
Correct, it is a football name.
Yay!
Good job. Player number 2, Dayron Payne.
Dayron Payne?
Yep, Dayron Payne.
Yeah, that would also be a football name. NFL.
Correct.
Oh.
And number 3, we'll give you 2 more.
2 more. Okay.
The fourth one will be obvious. Calvin Ridley.
Ridley?
Calvin Ridley.
He's a director. Oh, that's Ridley Scott. That's
Calvin
close.
Ridley.
Calvin is also... Calvin's a football name, but Ridley sounds more basketball. I'm gonna go with my gut, though. Calvin, NFL.
Correct. It is a football name. And I'll give you number 4, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Football. You know that one.
Yes, you covered him.
That's true. I had the privilege of meeting Minkah Fitzpatrick when he was a high schooler, and now he's going to be soon a millionaire in the NFL. What do they all have in common?
They're all in the draft.
They're all in the draft, right? They're not yet in the NFL.
Oh!
They're all not yet in the NFL, not
Sneaky.
quite. They all will be within a couple of weeks, but they're all not in the NFL yet. And what else do they all have in common?
They all play for Alabama.
Correct.
Really?
They all do, yes. They're all projected first-round draft picks in this upcoming draft, and they all play for Alabama. Alabama has 4 projected first-rounders. So
Yeah! Nick Saban.
Roll Tide, roll.
Roll Tide.
Anyways,
I love Nick Saban.
this has been Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
Not the most structured episode in the world, but hey, we've enjoyed having coffee with
you.
you.
We had fun, and that's what it's about.
It's what it's all about. Hope you enjoyed having coffee with us. Again, this has been brought to you by Public House Media, and
The Good God Company.
go check out each place.
Yes.
Each has a store
Yes.
where you can get Coffee with Keith and Katie apparel and Good God Company apparel. It's all cool stuff. We suggest checking it out.
Definitely.
And hey, why don't you buy some while you're at it? Anyways, everybody have a great week. We will see you again on Thursday night, 7:30 for more Coffee with Keith
and Katie on Public House Media, presented by
The Good God Company.
Yay! Or
Take
sponsored by.
Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.